Right, guys, this is the podcast. We came up with an idea. We're going to maybe do something a bit different. There's a lot of people do podcasts, and we're thinking no one really does podcasts in haunted locations. So we're thinking, well, maybe while we're out investigating, do a half an hour, maybe an hour podcast in the investigation area, and just to see what happens and talk about any questions you want to ask, talk about your experiences, just literally talk about just general banter and stuff too, like so are. So tonight, Ricky, stay haunted. Gary, Spooky Exploring Eye. That was it, that's right, isn't it? Spooky Exploring Eye. So he has a channel coming up soon, so just watch out for that. So guys, I've got a few random questions.
Right.
There's a few people sent in, and maybe ask them, see what the crack is.
Sounds like a plan.
Right.
Sounds good.
So the first one, what got you into the paranormal? We'll start with Gary.
Just the whole culture of the 80s. Movies, television.
Ghostbusters?
Yeah.
Just Ghostbusters got you addicted?
Nice. Everyone has to have Ghostbusters
There
in
was
their
all
life.
that,
Like,
that Ghost Watch thing that was on TV.
That was scary.
Oh,
That BBC one?
It was like the first time I'd ever seen
That terrified me.
investigators, but sure,
Yeah.
there was a lot of controversy and stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't sleep after that.
I was the same.
See that thing underneath the stairs, like the door opening and all, that scared the crap out
And
of
it just
me.
looks like what people do now today. The two
Yeah.
ghost hunts, you know,
But
that
that's
was
still
back then.
that still resonates with me now, because when I'm going to bed and stuff, I have the same sort of door underneath my stairs. It scares the crap out of me. So it does. I think there's something under there.
it's got an image and you just run up the stairs and like, look at the light off.
But I
the
do.
stairs.
I do run up the stairs. I think there's someone like on the side of the stairs,
We do
and they're going to put
paranormal.
their hand through my fucking. Yeah.
Did you ever do that thing when you were younger, when you were coming home from the youth club, or you pretended someone was chasing you to get home quicker?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Do you remember you used to think you seen, I don't know whether it's just me or whether I was just a weirdo, but when I was walking home alone, like when I was with my mates and all, the street lights used to freak me out because I used to think there were shadows in the street lights, so you were just like, you just got faster and faster and
Do you
faster.
remember the power
drawing.
cuts that used to happen in Belfast with the power used to go out?
Yes,
All
yeah.
the time. You used to
Freaky.
when we
Yeah.
coming through Bloomfield or Orangefield to go to Clare, and the lights went down, you'd still have to go through the park.
These are running. These are running.
Do you remember the stories as well when a street light went out, it was something really freaky, you know, and you had to get home before something really bad happened? Oh my god, it's so bad. Like, how do we believe these sort of things when it comes to all that?
I think that sort of opened my mind, opened my mind, and then started experiencing stuff.
Yeah.
Like when my cousin died, I
Yeah.
was 6, he was 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were due to meet us in Malay that evening. We would always go to Malay that morning, get the cottage or the caravan set up, and then their family would come over from Dundonald.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on the beach. I don't know if just being into all that just unlocked something in your mind, but I seen him, plain as day, still have the image in my head, seen him going into the cottage, and because we were the same age, I was excited and was like, God, that's it, 3 weeks. My cousin was my best friend,
Yeah.
and we run over to the cottage, to greet him, and he wasn't there, it was his dad to tell us that he died
That's mad, isn't it?
a
Like,
few hours previous.
Christian coincidence.
He'd
Yeah,
done it,
that's mad.
So that was the start of it for me. I was like,
Yeah.
what the frig,
Yeah, what was
Why
that?
did and I was adamant, and it
Yeah.
caused problems in all the family, because I was adamant. I was like, no, mummy, I did.
Yeah.
And ever since, even during his funeral and stuff, I thought I seen his trainers and all underneath
See?
the curtain, and he had these Simpsons trainers.
Open man, that's
And when
it.
the Simpsons was really
Yeah.
big, and you had Simpsons everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Prostate
yes.
clown posters now.
And the day of his funeral, I looked and seen his trainers poking out, because he used to hide behind the curtain. We used to play hide and seek.
That's
And then that was the
mad.
start of it.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I would just notice wee tiny things, and then it just built up over
Yeah.
the years. And
That's freaky.
Yeah.
Right, Ricky?
Right, okay. When I was younger, I lived in a very, very haunted house. That's all I can explain it, but it wasn't nice haunted, it was very, very awfully haunted. When I was younger, I used to go into my bathroom, I used to have like a wee shower thing. When you used to go in there, I used to get poked in the back.
What?
At night time, there were screams. Now it wasn't just me that heard it, it was me, my dad, my mum and all, but my parents sort of kept it on, kind of like, it's just your imagination. But then the older I got, the more stories my dad was telling me about the house I lived in. One of those experiences I had, I remember I was lying in bed and I heard a scream beside me. I'll never forget it. Like it was like someone literally, like a woman screaming. I jumped up and ran into my mum and dad's room. I was like, oh my god, there's something, someone in the house. You know, when you're younger, you don't think the first thing you think of is paranormal. You go, someone's broke in. I know obviously screaming in the air would be a bit weird, like, wouldn't it?
At the age of being like a magical, actually.
Yeah, that sort of just was sort of like, oh my god, there's something definitely out there more than us. And then my head started ticking. Then I started going, okay. I started getting more intrigued with stuff, and then it went from that, obviously loving all the horror and X-Files.
Oh,
Love X-Files, man, when I was younger and all. I started watching all that stuff because I was like, this stuff's real.
Started watching it again, man.
Ghosts. I watched a few movies there, and it was like mind blowing. It's like, I was like a kid again.
X-Files actually scared me. See the alien stuff?
Yeah.
Alien stuff terrifies
The
me.
Greys.
See, my mum and dad ordered me remember the magazine used to come out at the same time?
Yeah.
Every week there was a magazine.
Oh, man.
And then you had the stories that weren't in the show, and you're like, what the hell is
They
going
should
on?
bring that back. Like, they have to bring that back.
There's so many cool magazines when we were younger, with Ghost and all, like Spectacular magazine and all, and Phantasmagoria or something, or there's a horror magazine.
I think so.
But yeah, no, that sort of opened my mind a wee bit. And then, like, we would grow up and stuff, and all my nanny was always like, "You're very open to a lot of things." Like, I can tell. Like, and my nanny was a big spiritualist.
Yeah.
And she even said herself, or some things that she predicted, not mad things, but stuff where I look back on now after she passed away, I was like, that's insane. That's crazy. Like, so yeah, and I think obviously the more we do this,
oh yeah, opens you up.
the more we're open to noticing a lot of other things I would have never noticed growing up. Like, do you know what I mean?
Right.
Well, your turn, big man. Go.
Mine. So when I was like 8, my nanny was like lived on the top like side here, and there was one street between my nanny's and my mum's house, and I had to walk along it. And I was walking along at night time on my own, and I looked into this house, which this old couple used to live, and used to have loads and loads of dogs, right, like chihuahuas. And I looked in, and I noticed there was no curtains or no nothing on the in the living room.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck's going on here? So then I looked up, and as I looked up, all you seen was this like wee boy looking out the blinds, like and he was glowing like bluey white, so he was.
Yeah.
And I never walked up that street for 2 years because it absolutely terrified me. So it did. And you know what the scary thing is? The people who moved in that house after, so they did. I used to run around with the son, so I did. And the front room, they were terrified for. There was definitely something in that front room, and that's where I seen that that thing. So that got me. Do you know, guys, we're at a haunted location.
Yes,
there is birds here, so there is, guys.
Yeah, there's some shuffling. It's like it sounded like something shuffling.
So, guys, that terrified me. And that's what got me interested in the paranormal. I've always been sort of interested. So, guys, the location we're actually in is an old, like, satanic worshipping church, so it was. And it's still to this day used for certain, like, right behind us is it more of a, what would you say that would be?
Like a ritual spot?
A ritual spot, so it's right behind the camera here.
Yeah.
It's definitely still used for a bit, making sure the entrance is here, so we're making sure no one turns up. Because it also was satanic places.
I know, exactly.
Guys, please don't mind the chairs. We've got the wee pink chair and a blue chair and a red chair.
Awesome, I think his chair brings out my really bad skin condition.
These are my camping chairs, guys, that I stole from the house.
It's his chair, it's not mine. But I mean, I love it. Like
they're all my chairs, like in all fairness. So
it's a holder. Why didn't I bring my water over here?
You put your foot to drink. Look, I got a trio wrapper on mine.
Oh, nice.
Oh, trios. Oh, they're unbelievable.
Do they still exist?
They still do it again, trios. Yeah.
I love it. Trios on a cup of tea. Mate, I love them, dude. They were like my favourite biscuits
ever. They bring back the original clubs.
So crap.
They don't do original clubs anymore.
Yeah.
I like original clubs.
I love the old things you used to do years ago. Message when talking about paranormal. Remember on
the biscuits.
On the biscuits, right? So yeah. So these try and look these up. Like you'll find some nice biscuits. Right. So when you were younger, did you remember getting stuff in cereal and tea bags? So in tea bags, I remember getting Jurassic Park coins. I still have them.
Yeah.
And in the cereal, do you remember the Casper when Casper movies?
Oh yeah, I love Casper.
You got the glow in the dark stuff.
Yes.
I used to stick them in my sister's room on the walls with Talman. And then when they got the bed, I used to just sit and listen for them screaming.
I have to admit, I scour eBay and look for stuff like that.
Love it, man.
At the minute, I'm looking for the Kellogg's reflectors for your way.
Oh, they're cool.
I'm talking about 12 to 15 pounds now for one.
Really?
I used to get hundreds of them.
No
the
way.
Coca-Cola yo-yos.
Oh, I love Coca-Cola.
Do you remember you used to have to collect the wrappers for the bottles? To get the yo-yos?
Yeah.
There was like normal, and then there was bronze, and there was platinum.
You gold and...
Yeah. Right, anyway, paranormal.
Paranormal back. Club biscuits. A drifter them or drifters?
Well, man, you're like the biscuit man.
I love
Drifters.
drifters.
Used to bite the ends of them, use it as a straw.
Oh, I love drifters.
By the way, folks,
Don't do
just
drifters
saying,
anymore.
when we do paranormal locations, you know that Neil has himself sorted because he opens his boot and there's like a selection of biscuits. He's like a biscuit dealer, there's just biscuits everywhere.
Yeah,
So-
I'm addicted to biscuits. It's bad diet.
It's not
I don't know how
bad,
I'm
it's
going
just
to-
classy.
Custard cream bottle.
I don't even know how I'm going to fucking cope in America flipping with the biscuits.
Man, if I have my root beer, I'm a happy man, mate. You'll see them in the root beer I drink here, it's ridiculous.
That's not good for you.
I feel so sorry for you, man. I'm just going to be absolutely bouncing the walls constantly.
Guys, please help me. Please help me.
Right, anyway,
Right, we'll go on to another question.
next question. Yep, let's go.
Right, so, let me flick here. How and why did you start your investigations?
How and why?
So I think maybe like YouTube wise.
Right.
So like, why did we start YouTube? Why did we give it a go?
Yeah.
Do you want me to
yeah.
go first?
Yeah, being far away. Man.
Right. So obviously I've been doing paranormal for 20 odd years, like non-stop, like in multiple teams over the years, multiple teams.
Yeah.
And I think me and you were out, weren't we? Before I started YouTube on that, me and you were down, me and you were investigating, so we were. And Carl from Dark Arts, as you know, Carl goes, why don't you do YouTube? And I was like, nah, mate, nah, I'm not into that, mate. I'm not really, that's not my thing.
Yeah.
And then Carl goes, no, mate, you'll be good at YouTube, you'll be good. Yeah, you need to do it, you need to do it. And this went on for months, so it did. And then next minute, me and Gary rolled up this location, and I whacked out the camera, and Gary goes, what are you doing? And I'm going, fuck it, I'm just going to film it and see what happens.
Go for it.
Let's just go for it and just see what happens. And it's a bit like this podcast. We literally just, I said, like, I'm bringing chairs, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go. I'm just going to whack
It's
up
been
and just
good
go.
for you, because
Yeah.
when you watch your first video and then you look at your most recent one,
Yeah.
that's why I say onward and upward. Because
Yeah.
remember you were so nervous and on.
I'm still
I
nervous.
know I've
See
been
how many
like-
times the camera
yeah,
goes
like-
down, it's like,
I know, it's
Yeah,
so
trying to
now
frustrating.
there's
Yeah.
confidence now.
Yeah.
So guys, like, see when you're starting, even like doing the filming and stuff, it is going to take a while. Like,
Yeah.
even Carl, like, you know, he's a veteran at this.
Yeah.
And Carl makes mistakes, like even at the beginning,
Oh, yeah.
like he's doing outros and intros, he might take 4 or 5 shots at that just to get an outro. So guys, do you know what I mean? Don't be afraid. Do you know what I mean? Don't be going, oh, I've got this wrong twice, I'm not going to do it now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep trying, keep doing it,
Yeah.
and you'll be fine. Like, you will get through it. Do you know what I mean? And even cut your intros down, cut your outros and stuff down, because sometimes I was making mine too long. And then I was messing them up because my brain was going,
Yeah.
right, I need to say this, need to say this, need to say
Yeah.
this. And then we're like, no, I just need to make it a bit shorter so it works.
Yeah.
So guys, just get out there and do it. Just film on your phone and stuff. Like, Ricky started on his phone here,
Yeah.
and mate, he's upgrading big time, so he is. Wait till you see what Ricky's going to be rolling about in a few weeks.
Oh, I can't
Yeah,
wait.
you're very
Can't
good,
wait.
yeah.
So Ricky.
Right, my turn. So what was the question again? I just let there run on, that's why.
So why-
what got me into it?
What got you into investigating the starting the YouTube
Right.
train?
So basically, as these fellas here, I went into teams. So first of all, sort of like I was exploring myself when I was really young, just abandoned places because it was just interesting. I love history and I love the kind of like urban decay. Like anything that looks old is just awesome. So apart from me, but you know anyway. Yeah, so I started doing that there, and then I got into a team, applied for a team, was like, okay, so I applied. Like,
Apply?
Yeah, applied, yeah, my first team.
Applying.
The first team, yeah, I
Oh.
applied for it, which was kind of like a business conference. I don't know why, which is weird. Like, but
That's
anyway,
another point.
past that,
We should
past
do
that,
another. We should do a team podcast.
cast that aside, I
Yes,
joined the
all
team. I basically got into it, was like brilliant, and then I started doing TikToks because I like I don't know, I just like being myself. I just like being
there
my
is a funny
my
side here.
stupid, silly self. Like I can imagine doing anything else, but you know what I mean.
Put me in
So-
X's and stitches sometimes. It gets
I don't. It's just I love being random. Like I don't try to be random, but I love that side of me. So like I like showing people that side of me. I'm
It's supposed to
guessing.
make it enjoyable. Like
You
at
know?
times I turn around and actually it's stitches going.
See that you man as well. Like we're in the
some of the
gas, like a
stuff
fire.
in
Like,
background, and actually like these are so funny together.
So I started, but it was more TikTok for me.
Yeah.
I done a paranormal TikTok and was like, this is cool. I enjoy filming stuff, you know, even if it was short clips or whatever, and telling stories. like spooky stories. So I got into that, and then the big man here was just like, you know, you're doing TikTok, you know, why don't you do YouTube? And I was just like, nah, I didn't really have the confidence, so I was like, no, you know, blah 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 and all. And then I sort of was like, well, I'll give it a go, see how it goes. And it's just basically transitioning the same from TikTok. I was like making longer videos.
Doesn't have confidence, he's a front man to a fucking big metal band. Still no confidence.
This is so different though. I don't know what it is, it's so different. I think for me, recording myself as a kind of...
Yeah, it's hard getting used to that.
Yeah, and like you said, the intros and the outros was always a big thing for me, because like, I can film everything else, but the intros I'm most nervous about.
Because you're filming yourself, and I find that hard. You notice all my videos, I film everyone else.
Yeah.
And a lot of people tell me, why are you not filming yourself?
Yeah.
And I know that's something I need to work on, because I film a lot of, like, I would film, if I'm like you, I film you, if I'm like you, I film you, or Carl, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't seem to film myself as much.
I think retaining so much information about a history of a haunted location though is the hardest if you're not prepared. So if you're doing a location where you know some about...
Gary's a history man.
Yeah, he's the history buff. Like, I know I can do history outside of this place or whatever, but you're the man. Like, you're just like you're
rather forget it all. It's like
you're like a computer. You just sort of be like, we'll be in a location. We'll be like, right, we've got to remember this. And guys like, yeah, so this is blah blah blah. So like 500 years ago, and I done this and this and this happened.
He does the tours. He does.
How's he doing this?
I don't know.
It's amazing. It is really amazing, man. Your confidence, man, with the history ways is awesome.
See, I'm
really cool, like,
because I'm not on the YouTube, I still have to crack through that wee barrier of having the camera and stuff like that.
You'll be fine, man. You'll be fine,
like. Gary's YouTube journey's only starting, like, so it is. Obviously, he's been behind the camera for mine and Ricky's and Carl's channel, like, he's always been there.
I wouldn't say behind the camera, man, he's just much.
You know, in front, that's what I mean, in front of the camera.
Yeah, but I mean, the way your personality is, man, that's what I'm saying about, like, us three, we start fires when we're out, and it's a bigger speech.
All these legends together.
Do you know what I mean? It's just one of them things where it's awesome, it's really cool, folks.
Gary's got his fingers and all the pies.
Oh, yeah, more pies than plenty, man.
I just like to help people. When I see people come together and they all get on brilliantly and all, like, it's a smile on my face, you know. It's
nice.
So Gary's got a new camera. It's all rigged
up.
He's really...
Just need to learn how to charge it.
It's not the intro,
we're going down to investigate, what was it, what would you call it? We've been there before, an old hospital fella we're investigating tonight, aren't we?
Yeah.
So hopefully after here we'll get to go down there and film it once it gets a bit darker. You see, guys, still a bit bright.
I was sort of a bit worried about it. Like, you know, you have that thought about doing so many locations so many times, but at the same time, like, if you've been in it once, it's good to do it again. So to see not only the transition of the hauntings, but also like the different kind of
spirits need to get to know you and stuff.
It's for us, it's a whole different atmosphere going into a place once.
At least twice.
Do you know what I mean?
There's a famous investigator who was on TikTok, I think it was. He says that certain spirits might not attach on to certain investigators. They'll return to a location, and then a lot of people go, well, why is this person getting so much? And he sort of explains that spirit may say, like, they reminds them of someone or reminds them of themselves.
And
it can attach on to certain individuals in a good way, you know. It's sort of.
Well, you become sort of part of that residual energy in a way, don't you? Because your energy's
like any attachments I've had that have went off. I've heard people telling wild stories and stuff. A lot of stuff we get at home has been there's like a nice sensation, not a bad feeling. This obviously when your kettle goes on in the middle of the night, you're like, well, okay guys, can't have that happening.
Let's get a cup of tea.
Things like that have happened.
Gary's never been to this place we're going to. We did get a bit of activity, like it was.
Well, one of the main things was I was looking back on it the other day, because I think going through my stuff once in a while, this would be like, well, this would be a good idea, that'd be a good idea, you know, if we ever go there again. The woman, we heard, I was like, oh, there's a woman, blah, 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 and then on your spirit talker, it was like one lady here, that just blew my mind, because it was so fast. Do you know what I mean? I love things like that, because it's a shock.
See, when we're talking about when you go to locations, spirits and all get used to you, do you remember back in the day where nothing was coming through? and then the more you investigate,
Yeah.
the more
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
the
100%.
responses are like, I remember that sitting
People
with you
feel
one time,
comfortable with you.
having to wait
Yeah.
there a couple of hours for something
Yeah.
significant to come
Yeah.
through, and then all of a sudden, straight off the bat.
Well, that's they know themselves. You know, everywhere you go. Well, one, it isn't haunted. Two, if you go there and it is haunted, you're not going to walk straight into mad things happening. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you think everybody in the spirit world is all connected to each other? Say you go to a location and you're very respectful and stuff like that, and it goes well, and then you go to somewhere clatter of miles away, and the next thing you're getting lots of nice responses. Do you think there's like a connection between them all, where they're all like, these
Well,
guys,
I
don't like the same as us.
you know?
I feel like us in this realm, like we're just all like, we know, like I know you,
Yeah.
like they might know, there's Mavis down the corner, there's Barbara over there, Davey's there.
You
You
know,
know,
right?
right?
Spiritual version of the TikTokers.
Yeah, that's
The
what I
thing is,
mean.
right, if Earth is like an astral plane, then it's just going to be like you said. It's going to be like here. Everyone's going to be connected because everyone, I'm sure, knows somebody, or they know that person, or they know that person, and it's all together. So I say you're 100%
This is
right.
going to be this is going to be another podcast. This is.
Yeah.
I've been talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
Hell, fucking join.
Yeah.
Hell, flipping heaven, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right, guys. I think we need to go and investigate this place now,
Yeah.
and we'll wrap this podcast up. And
Yeah.
guys, if you like this, fire it in the comments. Subscribe, subscribe to Ricky, subscribe to Gary.
Yeah.
If you want more of this kind of stuff, fire it in the comments. And firing questions.
Oh yeah.
Like,
100%.
fire as much questions as you can, guys.
Yeah.
We are thinking about maybe reviewing like locations we've been to, like talking about what experiences we've had in the locations and stuff and all, and personal stuff that's happened to us and that and stuff, and literally a whole list of topics. So we have so guys, I'm hoping the sound's okay, because I was going to buy lav mics, guys, but you're on a shotgun mic at the minute, so I'm hoping.
We've got acoustics in here.
Yeah, the acoustics, so I'm hoping should be dead on. Hopefully you can hear us, guys. If you can't, fire in the comments, please. And yeah, subscribe, like, and let's go.
Awesome.
All right.